as we prepare to continue on with transitioning from 2024 to 2025, I thought it would be really cool to reflect on some things that I said at the end of 2023. So I did a video at the end of 2023 talking about my favorite makeup items, and I actually did a full face of said items, and I thought it would be really good to talk about where those items are now, if there is still favorites, if they're still in my collection, etc. Some of these items so I've only showcased one of my declutters as of right now, but I have filmed 2 of them. I know I'm slacking. I need to get the rest of them filmed, but I digress. Anyways, though, I thought it would be really cool to do kind of a reaction video to all of these items. So yeah, if you are interested, let's just go ahead and dive on in. So this is going to be a lot chiller of a vibe for all of my videos. I feel like I've been doing a lot more formal sit-up videos, so this is going to be real chill. I'm just going to chill inside, and I'm going to showcase the items that I really liked. I honestly, collection is in disarray, so I cannot bring all of these items out, but I'll do my best to give you guys some form of imaging over here on what the item was that was my favorite at the time. So first things first, let's just go ahead and dive into, I did not put in the description box the primer. Let me see if I can get the primer because that'll help. Okay, so the primer that I had for this video, I think I picked up during 2023, and this is the actual Hemish Artless Glow Base Primer that I am currently using. The only reason I'm showcasing this is because it's quite literally in front of me. It is actually currently in my project pan. As of right now, you guys have not seen the conclusion of said project pan. I will say that's still a favorite primer. That is still a primer that I continue to want to get use out of. That's why I put it in my project pan this year. And so I definitely am happy with this being a favorite from 2023, and I think this will continue to be a favorite until it is done, and maybe even beyond that. I will still continue to repurchase it because I think there is definitely something in repurchasing your favorites and not necessarily always being interested in getting something new, but getting something that you know works. As far as the foundation, I actually did put that in the description box, and that is the Seal Skin Tint. And this is definitely a favorite. Now, I will say, sadly, I have not used it a lot in 2024. I've been really trying to focus on getting through some of the older foundations that I had. And you guys will have seen that in my base declutter. I actually ended up just throwing away foundations that I knew were older because I did not want to get any form of skin irritation or anything like that. But I do definitely look forward to using this CL more often in 2025. It is a beautiful kind of glass skin finish look. It just applies beautifully. It has fantastic coverage, and it does have some SPF, which could be nice as well. This is definitely something that I could see just throwing on maybe before I go to work. I definitely think I would need to do some form of setting spray, setting powder, something like that for it to last the long shifts that I do work. But at the end of the day, this is definitely still a favorite product that I wanted to make sure that I kept, and news alert, I did. I will go ahead and have my declutter series down below in case you guys are watching this later in the month or even in 2025 and you're interested to see what items out of these I actually decluttered. Keeping it going, when it comes to concealer, once again, this is actually one that is right here on my desk somewhere. Here it is. This is the Tower 28 concealer, and this is in PV. This is actually a good concealer. I'm really still enjoying this concealer. I am not one that actually purchases a lot of concealers very consistently, and I kind of discussed that once again in that declutter video, and that's why I was so astonished with how many concealers I had, because I am not one to buy a lot of concealers. I don't find that that is something that I can really give to my audience, because I don't really have a lot of deep circles or any of that type of stuff. So the use of me really giving my opinions on concealer, I just don't think that there is a warrant or a need for that. Long story short, this is one of the concealers that I did decide to keep, and there's a reason for that. It's a really good concealer, and compared to some of these older concealers, it was just the best. Unfortunately, I had to declutter some other favorite concealers, but they were just older. I cannot wait to get my full use out of this, hopefully and preferably prior to it going bad. I believe I ended my project or my declutter with only 2 concealers, so the hope is that I can get through both of them prior to bringing any other concealers in. And who knows, at that point I might get to the point where I get more creative in how I'm applying makeup, and maybe I use some other products that I already have in unique and different ways, instead of consistently buying something that literally says concealer, even though I have something that could be in a replacement for that. As far as powder, I have the Seam powder, and that is definitely a favorite. That is a product that just blew me away. I mean, a lot of my K-beauty products blew me away when I did those deep dives last year, because what I did last year, in case you did not know, is every month that was a heritage month for the United States, I decided to really feature those heritage and those ethnicities that month. And so I really got to know a lot of different brands and find some really great products. And so one of those was definitely this Seam powder. Absolutely stunning. I continue to reach for that product, and that has continued to stay in my collection. I believe I bought it last year. It already has pan. The pan is definitely continuing to expand, and I'm really excited about it. I mean, I'm still excited to see that pan continue to expand, and even honestly to once again repurchase it. It's not the only powder that I've used this year. I've also been really focusing on my Pat McGrath powder, mainly because I've had it for so long and I did not hit pan. I did decide to go ahead and keep this, and I did get this similarly timed to the liquid foundation and the concealer, but as I kind of say here and there, I find that keeping an older powder is definitely different than keeping an old liquid product. And so the concept of it having an effect on my skin is not really the same. That said, I've rambled on. This Seam powder is still definitely a favorite, still definitely a gem, and definitely something along with the Himish primer I can definitely see me repurchasing from YesStyle or some other site that releases Korean skin and Korean makeup and Asian makeup in general. As far as highlighter, this is one that like I wouldn't have remembered that I actually chose, but it's a good choice nonetheless. And once again, it is actually currently on my desk because I just finished swatching all of my highlighters. And this is the Half Magic Glitter Puck and Dopamine Sparkle. This is a fantastic highlighter. Now, it is a very unique formula, and that's what I love about it. I mean, there's so many different formulas that I find are so unique, and I love that. I absolutely love that. In a field, in an industry that is so old, I find that until you come out with something super creative, you can get bored and it can be the same old thing time and time again. But this glitter puck is really, really pretty. It adds quite literally a range of glitter on the area that you place it. It is for face and body, so you can feel free to use it anywhere you want. I strategically only use it on the high points of my face as an actual highlighter, but absolutely stunning. Really, really enjoyed that product. As for bronzer, I put 2 different bronzers, and these are still very much favorites. So the first bronzer I put for cream was the Rare Beauty On the Horizon shade. So this is the shade, it's the cream bronzer stick from Rare Beauty, and it has a more yellower undertone. This is beautiful on my skin. If you guys have seen the amount of use that I've gotten, that's been one of the cream bronzers that I feel as though I've got most impact on the quickest. The other one that I would say is kind of up there as well is the ABH cream bronzer that I unfortunately just had to declutter in the shade Hazelnut. I loved that shade as well. That was the shade that really got me into actually taking the time to investigate for yellow based bronzers. And since then, it's just been, you know, history at this point. I've just been chugging away trying to find the best yellow cream bronzer ever. And so this Rare Beauty is really, really nice. I absolutely love the formula. It's a very easy formulation, very easy to blend and apply as well. Overall, I really love this formula, and you can get it pretty affordable, whether you wait to get it off of Sephora on a 20% off coupon. And I feel like Rare Beauty has been doing some 30-ish% off as well. So really easy way to get that as well. House Labs, their Deep Level 11, I don't have that on the table either, but that's another really good bronzer. I absolutely love that bronzer. That is a favorite. It's been a favorite since I picked it up, and it probably will continue to be a favorite. That's definitely another product that I can see me repurchasing if and when I ever finish the complete pan. All of these products are. Let me just make that blank statement. I am finding that all of these products that I take the time to really highlight in these end of the year favorites are ones that I would repurchase time and time again, because these are kind of the top tier in their category. But that said, this House Labs is a really beautiful kind of Baked Gelée bronzer. Once again, a very unique formula. I've never found a formula quite like this, and it applies and picks up very easily, very similar to like a powder bronzer. Absolutely stunning. The undertone isn't the best, I'm not gonna lie, but I find once it's blended out and applied, it looks flawless nonetheless, so I don't have an issue with it. Keep it going with those cheek products. I have as cream blush, and the only blush that I actually recommended is Half Magic's Only Drama. This, if you know anything about me, is one of the cream blushes that was kind of like the gateway drug, if you will. I found this cream blush, and it was a realization for me that I could wear cream blush. I could enjoy the application of cream blush, and it could just work for the way that I do makeup. It's absolutely stunning. It is in a pan, which the pan is a little funky if you actually are constantly using it, but the application of it is pretty much appears like a powdered down finish. It looks like you would think a powder blush would look. It's just flawless. I absolutely love this formulation. I of course went in and got like 4 or 5 additional shades, pretty much the whole range outside of the one shade that I knew would not work for me. Absolutely highly recommend this formula. I've told you guys that time and time again, and this is definitely one of those formulas. It's the first cream blush that I actually hit pan on, and I could definitely see if by some magical way I finished this cream blush, I could definitely see me repurchasing it because I absolutely love it. The one thing I would hope that Half Magic can do in this upcoming year is come out with single compacts that are not so recyclable, because although I love the packaging, the product, I would love to have something that doesn't look so clunky and so gross after I continuously use it. As far as lips, I have 2 products that I did for lips. The first one is, of course, a no-brainer, and this is my Makeup Forever Limitless Brown Lip Liner. Honestly, it's lost in the sauce. I don't actually know where sis is, but it's fantastic. Absolutely stunning. I will not say that it is waterproof or kind of transfer resistant, but I think the color on my skin is stunning, and I find that it does last a quite decent amount of time. They did recently come out with a waterproof version of these pencils, and specifically this shade. So if you're somebody who really wants something to set down and stay for the whole day, I would tell you to go for that formulation rather than the formulation that I prefer, but I'm perfectly comfortable and happy with the kind of original formula that they have with these pencils. As far as the lipstick, I have Huda Beauty Self-Made, and if I'm remembering, this is a bullet lipstick. It is like a glossy bullet. I just want to make sure that's exactly what this is. That's so interesting that I put that as my favorite lip pigmented color. I wouldn't say that that's my favorite. I definitely think that it's a fantastic color and I love the formula. The formula is a glossy lipstick. So you get a pigmented lipstick and you get a very glossy finish at the same exact time. So I definitely think that that concept is the important aspect when it comes to this being a favorite. But as the actual color, or the actual product, I don't necessarily say that that would be my favorite product. So that's the one thing that I would say, when and if I finish it prior to it going bad, I'm not positive that I would necessarily repurchase that. But everything else in this video, original video, which of course I will have a link down below in case you want to watch it, I definitely 110% would say that that is what I would recommend. From last year, I would still recommend it, of course, and personally, I would go ahead and repurchase it if I would have finished it this year. Now, none of these products was I able to finish this year, but I will say I put quite a few of them in my project pan. So you will see quite a few of them have at least some dents in them, which I think is effectively what you should be doing. You should be really using your makeup, especially the favorite makeup that you have in your collection. So I wanted to go ahead and reflect prior to telling you guys what my favorites are for 2024. I would love to hear down below if you have any guesses on what my favorite makeup is going to be from this year. But with that said, I think that's all I got for you guys today. I'm so happy that I was able to sit down to talk to you guys. I hope you guys enjoy watching this tutorial. I don't know which is going to come up first, but one of them is going to be coming up. Both of these are going to be coming up this week. So I hope you guys stay tuned to watch. And if you do like this video, if you like this eyeshadow look, if you like anything going on with your girl, I would love it if you give this video a huge thumbs up. If you don't like it, no big deal. Just go ahead and give this video a huge thumbs down. That said, if you already not subscribed, I would love it if you go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below, big red button. And also I have a membership. If you would like to join, no big deal. If not, it's all good. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And with that said, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.